Okay, so, hello. I am not working PhD. I'm Rhwwttchen. I'm also called a lot of other things, and I've called myself a lot of things in a lot of different places. But for the purposes of this video, I am the author of the poetry on mixedmetonyms.wordpress.com. And I'm also the creator of the art you see on shadowplayart.wordpress.com. And I thought I would use this video just to test out my ability to produce a video of any kind. And I was thinking maybe I could start with one of my poems as a first possibility. I've never done YouTube videos or anything like that before. And I thought it might be fun just to see what my options are. But I'm looking here at my computer right now and seeing that actually my website is kind of difficult to navigate if I'm searching for something specific. So instead, I'm going to go into the back end and take a look at some of the poems there. Maybe I can find one that I'm particularly fond of to share with you. A little bit about myself while I am hunting for one of these poems. First off, am I 36 this year? Or I think I'm turning 37 this year. Okay. I am mixed race, obviously white passing, and I'm not really connected with any other communities, so I don't really claim, nobody claims me, so I can't claim them. And then, let's see, I'm queer, I'm bi or pansexual, depending on how you define the terms. I am polyamorous, and I'm also, I'm also non-binary, so there's that. Basically, I'm a stepmom. My kid calls this hairdo the basic, in case you were wondering. I'm also, some people hate this term, but I'm also a fur mom. I have 4 cats and a dog. And let's see, I've got several disabilities. Obviously, I have some vision impairment and some skin conditions, allergies. But the big thing is that I manage depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Maybe it's CPTSD, depending on who you're talking about. But okay, what I want to get to are the posts. So I'm scrolling. Let's see, is there anything else important about myself that I'm leaving out? Honestly, I'm not sure. But I will tell you what, that I have so many poems that it's going to be hard to choose one for this first video. I've never done anything like this, so how about, I don't know, I could do the very first poem that I ever wrote. I say in my bio, the WordPress accounts, that I've been writing since I was about 10 years old. I've been writing poetry. What happened was, there was this kid, this dude in my class, my 5th grade class, who said to me, girls can't write good poetry because they only write about flowers and love. And so what I did was I sat down and I wrote a poem that had nothing to do with either of these things. So here we go. Bring forth thee. Bring forth thee, I say, bring forth thee. Cower before my blizzard and storm. Cower under my fire and wrath. Beg for mercy from harm and torment. Beg for mercy of thy family and soul. Shout out thy dreams and fears. Shout out of the darkened hole. Bring forth and search for justice till the end of time. Cower, beg, shout, show thyself. So that was my very first poem. Yeah, whatever. That I wrote in response to, was it Chris or was it Jonathan? It doesn't matter who it was. What matters is that that started me on my poetry. I wrote a couple more poems when I was in 6th grade and quite a few in 8th grade, some in 9th grade as well, but I think it was in 10th grade that I decided that I needed to write 100 poems before I died. And so I wrote 100 poems during my 10th grade year. I want to say it was finished by the next spring or something, and then I just kept going. I don't know what other poems I should do. Yeah, 10th grade poetry. I'm looking at the post on the blog called Poetry from Childhood, and this includes my 10th grade post. Oh, trigger warning, by the way, on a lot of my poetry, especially from my teenage years. There's a lot of dark poetry about, you know, self-harm and things like that. But yeah, and also there's a place that I was still very Christian during this time period. I'm no longer a Christian. I consider myself pagan, not Wiccan per se, but pagan. I try to connect with the gods and goddesses that I feel I have legitimate access to. But really, I'm a polytheist, a pantheist, and a panentheist. So I believe in all the gods. I believe the gods are everywhere, and I believe the gods are everything as well. So thou art God, and I am God as well. Let's see. I'm looking for another one. This is the one that I actually read at a poetry slam when I was in 11th grade, but I wrote it when I was in 10th grade. It's called I Am a Butterfly. I am a butterfly. To all extents, my bright colors shout, play with me, and I dance and giggle in the breeze. You may chase me as I flit from tree to grass to flower to air to dirt to stem to leaf and back again. I dart right past your nose and soar high to the orb of golden dripping sun until my spirit flies down again to tease you some more. What a wonderful little sprite, you may exclaim, but don't catch me, please. The instant you hold my essence in your hands, I will wither and crumble and be bruised. I will fly away again, but not this time on my own wings, for you hold them, my whole shell, dying in your rough hands. You shouldn't have caught her, the birds will scold, the wind and rain will mourn for the life of a poor me who can't live because of your ignorance. I was a butterfly, but don't weep now. I will rise again. Your children's children will chase me as I am born anew, under starry nights and liquid sun, and they will giggle with me, and we will play hide-and-go-seek, and I shall forgive your unknowingness when you warn your children and their children not to catch the butterflies, and we will be happy. On God's breath we will dance together at picnics and on summer days, and one day you too will want to chase me again, and we will giggle and laugh, and we will both be butterflies. And so that's one that I actually thought was good enough to read aloud when I was still a very angsty teenager. I have good reason for my angst. If you read any of my autobiographical poems, you'll see that. Or maybe you won't. You'll think that it's completely foolish and whatever, screw you. But Yeah, so I did a lot of this. You can't even call it free verse because I hadn't really learned any sort of form um, for or structure. I wasn't paying attention to rhythm or rhyme or anything like that. But it's the kind of poetry that's very raw and very untutored, I guess you could say. Let's see, bus poetry and other songs. Oh, I see what it's responding to. Click on something I didn't mean to click on. I'm opening up the post called Bus Poetry and Other Songs because this is probably from about age 15 to age 25, another decade of poetry. The first half is late high school and college. The latter half is from when I was working on my master's degree, not in poetry, which is to say that I should have gone to school for poetry if I wanted to take any academic credit as a poet, but instead I chose to get my degree in philosophy. Ah. Anyway, so there are definitely trigger warnings on many of these poems for self-harm, suicidal ideation, death, sexual assault, that kind of thing. And then some of this is not has it doesn't have to do with those things as well, but those poems are in here. A number of these are untitled, and then some of them are titled in one way or another. Um, Here I am starting to try and begin to include some rhyme, some rhythm, some structure, um, but I'm definitely dealing with a lot of a lot of pain. This is a love poem called La Primavera. It is originally written for two men. Funny story, the guy that I initially wrote it for ended up being my first husband. The other guy mentioned in here ended up being my second husband, and he thought this poem was for him, but it wasn't. So, La Primavera for Ben. So many colors in the morning sun I see. These days when I feel winter on my skin, but spring in my eyes, I wonder what love is, and you tell me what's in your heart. And there are times now, yes, when I feel a fire between my legs and think of you and that burning in my mouth. And I wonder what love is. Mere physicality, I know it's not. Nor is it something stronger than friendship. I know this because I feel both for him and you. And I tell myself I love him, but not you. But am I only telling myself this, or do I really believe it? Do I even know what love is to say who I love? And I think all this as you talk to me and feel winter on my skin. Maybe it is love. Maybe that's what brings spring to my eyes. And so there's that one. Let's see, I want to go ahead and do one more. This one's for a girl. This is the first of the bus poetry from my master's degree time. So, resolutions and determinations. I am resolved to no longer write you poetry or songs or to draw pictures attempting to capture what I saw that was beautiful in you. Instead, I will close myself off, marinating, pregnant with anger and unresolved frustrations. I am determined to move on from your friendship or enmity. I am no longer sure which applies to the person I thought I knew or believed was you. Instead, I will progress onward to new relationships, potent and heady, with undetermined conclusions. So there you go. There's a lot more, a lot more, but I figured this is good enough as a sort of introductory thing. I think maybe that's the last poem. I want to do one song, actual song, and this comes from the post called Songs I've Written These Many Years. Let's see how well my recording of this song is. This one's from about 2014. Pretty standard blues riff. If you're a guitarist, I'd love to collaborate. I did this once with a friend of mine, and it was a lot of fun. It's called I'm Tired of People Trying to Save Me from Myself. I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. I said I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. Oh, thinking I'm so helpless that I can't do a thing for myself. Tell me the truth, don't even lie to me. I got to know what's going on, baby. Don't keep me in, don't keep me out. I got to be able to walk about, and don't lock me up because I keep on climbing back off that shelf. I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. I'm tired of people trying to keep me on a shelf. You know it's true, honey. I get along fine without your help. I paid all my bills, I'll even pay off my debt. Leaving you is something I cannot regret. I get what I want, and no thanks to you. Whether or not I am feeling blue, believe me when I tell you I can do alright by myself. I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. You'd think I was a mortal danger to my own health. But baby, my reckless nature is my personal wealth. I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. I said I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. You'd think I was a mortal danger to my own health. Said I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. I'm tired of people trying to save me from myself. If I want to be a danger to myself, I'll save myself from myself. So there you go. That's me. I'm Rhwwttchen, aka Not Working PhD, aka Off-White Poet. This is my stuff. I hope somebody likes it. I'm just trying to find my audience. So I love you. Peace and carrots. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and stay off my lawn.